From the elbow camera on the shuttle's robotic arm, about midway down the length of the arm, a view of John Grunsfeld in the bottom center of the picture, the red stripe up on his backpack, and as the free-floating astronaut, and Drew Feustel with the cosmic origin spectrograph in hand on the end of the shuttle's robotic arm, moving into position for installation.
There left. Got the whole instrument up against the bottom left anyway. Bottom left. Bottom right? I'm sorry, Drew. Bottom right. Thanks, Jeff. Bottom right. The part I'm looking at. Okay. I think I know what you mean. It's on my left, but that's the right side. Okay. I'm going to take a peek and get out of your way. And Megan, let's go. Jaws, go more in. Come down 8 inches.
Copy, coming down 8 inches.
So let's come down a full foot.
Copy, down 1 foot. Motion stopped.
Another 6 inches.
6 inches down.
Yep. And Drew, we see your head clear. Okay, John, I'm starting to push it in again. Okay.
Motion stopped, Drew.
Thanks, thanks. Okay.
The cosmic origin spectrograph now in the telescope, ready for final bolting and connecting of the, or mating of the electrical and data connections.
9. Not moving up anymore. 10, waiting for over center. There's over center. 11. 11 and a quarter. I'll tell you about torque in a second. Tool's upside down. Mass and the little V-latch box rotated as it's supposed to in the downwards direction. Good torque. Great job. Excellent. It's probably in the whole there. Probably an eighth of a turn. Excellent. Next will be, John, for you to stow the alignment aid. Loco? Okay, I'm ready to come out of the telescope.
Copy, coming out of the telescope.
The A latch is now complete, both latches fully engaged, and the COS is now bolted permanently to the Hubble Space Telescope. Next will be to connect 4 connectors, the data and electrical connectors, P1 through P4. That will be accomplished by free-floating astronaut John Grunsfeld. At 11:22 a.m. Central Time, the report from the Space Telescope Operations Control Center, a good aliveness test on the newest science instrument for the Hubble Space Telescope, the Cosmic Origin Spectrograph. Drew Feustel with the old instrument COSTAR, which has completed its job after 16 years in the telescope, being carefully placed in a protective canister for the return trip home.
Do you want to go back to the right at all, or you like that? Oh, I can watch the guide blocks from here. Fair enough. We got clearance. Fair enough. It's a really tight fit. Okay, stop motion.
Motion stopped.
3 hours, 28 minutes into the spacewalk, as the crew members continue their preparation for the second and final planned task for this spacewalk, a very intricate procedure to swap out some electrical cards, essentially some computer cards that failed due to an electrical short inside the advanced camera for surveys, which sits exactly next door to the newly installed Cosmic Observatory, the spectrograph that was just installed now verified to be checked out, at least from a connection standpoint. So that's the good news from the Space Telescope Operations Control Center, which is now in the process of safing ACS ahead of the actual work that's going to be done, primarily from John Grunsfeld, who is in a foot restraint mounted just inside the aft shroud of that work site.
John, go ahead with a 9-inch and a 14-inch. You can retrieve those from the bag and brake torque on all the fasteners. We're going to retighten 1, 28, and 29. Good work. Drew, the fastener capture plate will be next from you. Copy.
Now that the grid cover is removed, the next step will be to install a fastener capture plate, specially designed piece of equipment to allow for capture of the 36 or 32 non-captive fasteners and 4 guide studs so that they do not float away. This plate was designed to fit neatly over the screws so that when Grunsfeld removes them completely for the early part of this task, you see that he is essentially just loosening those. And the plate, once installed, will allow him to completely remove those screws. And since they are non-captive, to avoid any foreign object debris in the telescope, even these tiny screws, this plate will capture those screws when they are removed completely. And that will gain access to the, essentially, all of this work will gain access to the actual work site, which is the electronics cards that need to be replaced. That failed due to a short circuit back in January of 2007.
How'd they feel, John? So far, so good. Guys, you guys missed Australia during the night pass, but we should be coming up on Hawaii off on our left here in just a moment. You're very cruel, Bueno, a very cruel guy. Didn't know that about you. And for you, John, you should be looking at ACS. Yeah, I can see Hawaii. Can you really? Yeah, that's awesome. The small, like the last island. The last 2, 1, 2, 3, Kauai. Awesome. Excellent. And Maui, isn't Maui the next one over? Fantastic. Wow. I hope you just get.
The fastener capture plate now removed, having done its job of capturing the 32 tiny screws inside the protective enclosure.
Okay, John, sounds good, and the elevator drive blocks are fully retracted. Thank you, yes, they are. And the tool has a ground strap on it? And the tool has a ground strap on it.
And the card extraction tool being secured to the CEB, or the